Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful broadcast where I react to Georgia beating Baylor 26 to 14 in the Sugar Bowl that even some Georgia Bulldog fans told me before the game they could care less about being there. And now, after they've won, this is the rejuvenation their team has needed. This is it. This is what they were wanting. This is what they needed. Okay? They had to have this moment, and this was it. They got their moment, and now they're on the track to be the national champions next year. See a bunch of you in here pouring in just by the droves. Good to see you. See you, Tiger Girl 95's in here. A bunch of you sliding in here. Good to see you. May there to you. Bo Weevil. That's one of my favorite names on here. Bo Weevil. Tiger Nation. My brother from another mother on up the road. Brad Franklin said, "Sup? Sup to you. May there to you. Good to see you. Good to see you." Who else is in here? Redneck Bulldog. Redneck Bulldog, I tell you right now, you wear that proud. You're my type of person. You might pull for the wrong team. Sound like my type of person. Good to see you. Lee Griffith's in here. Lee, I hadn't seen you in a while. Lord, I hope you ain't been set up sick somewhere. Good to see you, William Bagwell. I'm going to jump right into this. I know I'm sounding like I'm reading out of a phone book. It's good to see everybody. Clemson, Carson, Timothy, Jefferson. Just going right through here, David Simon. So Georgia comes out. They're missing a bunch of players. It's players who seemingly did not care about playing the game. Then some people was hurt, and then some people were incarcerated. You know, you get the story. It sounds like Georgia football to you. But they're playing against a Baylor team who just 2 years ago was 1-11. So kudos to the Branch Davidians of Baylor for coming out and doing really, really good this year, considering it is what it is. Matt Rule, right before the game, I don't know what it would be like to be in a locker room hearing that your leader, who expects you to show up all the time, expects you to be 100% sold out, is probably not 100% sold out to you when he's about to leave. I understand people leaving for money. You know, you can pass a $100 bill past my uncle's face and he'd shoot his grandma. I mean, money talks. You get what I'm saying? But I do understand that, but I cannot imagine what distraction that would be. That would have to be a big distraction. Then we turn around, we look at Georgia once again. I know some of y'all are sitting there going, somebody sent me, said, "Bobby, you're going to have to eat crow today." I don't have to eat nothing because before I got off yesterday, that video, I said, it's really a toss-up. Didn't know who was going to win. Didn't know who wanted to gain more. And Georgia, you can't start acting. Let me rephrase that. You can act like you want to be there, but I got a message board and friends of mine who has message boards that unfortunately for you, we can go back and read what you were saying before the game. Days leading up to it. You didn't care about being at the Sugar Bowl. Somebody even made the comment, we're better than the Sugar Bowl. What's going on? Do you realize the Sugar Bowl is a big bowl game? It's not like you're playing in the Midall Bowl. All right? Beside the Red River. You're playing in the Sugar Bowl. In fact, between me and you, I was much too good of a bowl for you. Much too. So for you to think highly of yourself that much, to think that you were better than that, tells me exactly where your mindset's at. And now everybody's fired up. Fired up. Kirby had to absolutely calm everybody down and said, there's a disease going on at Georgia. And I was sitting there going, yeah, you can't stay out of trouble. You can't develop these players to dominate a weak East. I mean, we're part of the ACC. We know what weak is. Trust me. But the East is nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. And you can't dominate it. You can't dominate it. But I read the comments. There are people now who's getting fired up. Boy, I tell you right now, at George Pickens, my God, he come out there, and let me tell you right now, he caught the ball 12 times, 175 yards. He is the leading forerunning leader for the Heisman Trophy next year. Already. Athens is already blowing up. No, is Pickens a good player? No. He is a great player, and he needs to develop. Too much was thrown on that youngin's plate too early. it would have been better off for him to have been there with some good wide receivers to where everything didn't have to lay on his shoulders. He could go out there and develop and all that much stuff. But it's just like, here's your team. That sounds fun and stuff until you don't get time to develop because you're already the man, whether you're ready to be the man or not. But he played a really, really good game. Jake Fromm, 250 yards, 20 of 30. A ton of people are, losing their brains over him. Very, very happy. Very, very happy to see him doing that. And had he come out there and lost the game, y'all would be talking about him like he was a Nazi or something. Brewer leaves the game at late hit, about 7 minutes left in the ball game. Hate it for him. Kid keeps getting concussions. Troy Aikman had to quit because of concussions. Steve Young had to quit because of concussions. And there's a lot of good players who's had to quit because of it. But I'm telling you right now, it looks like this youngin' ain't even going to get out of college. They've looked at his spine. Now they're talking about his neck. Before I got on here, I didn't see any update on it. So if somebody goes, you've missed it, I guess when you Google Charlie Brewer, it should be able to pop right up if there's something new. Unless, you know the special handshake and you've kissed his mama and she knows. And she whispered in your ear sweet somethings, including how Charlie's doing today. Zamir White, 18 carries, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Just waiting for Zamir to break loose. I mean, the guy's got 10 running backs around him at the start anywhere. Their running back, Ebner, 5 carries, 23 yards. George Pickens, as I said, 12 receptions, 175 yards, 1 touchdown. He didn't manage to sling anybody through the end stop of a sideline. And Mims, 5 receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. If you look at the yardage for this game on both sides, it's very underwhelming. 380 total yards for Georgia, 295 for Baylor. Nothing quite impressive. They had about the same amount of first downs. Georgia did run the ball better than them. They did run the ball better than them. But that was really, really the key. And that's Georgia football. That's really Georgia football. The biggie, Baylor, 3 turnovers. Fumble, 2 interceptions. In a game like that, where both teams are probably not playing their best ball, Georgia, hey, look, I know some of you Georgia fans go, playing our best. Don't pull that crap with me. I'm going back to what I read on my boards and what people were sending me in private message. Y'all could care less, most of you, not all of you, most of you could care less about that game, and now you've won it, and then bam, we're back. But you do win a Sugar Bowl. That's a big deal. You finished 12-2. Your season was not a complete piss bucket. A team that should be ashamed of their season would be someone like, I don't know, the South Carolina Gamecocks. I don't know, maybe somebody that should be ashamed about how their season turned out would be, I don't know, Florida State. Florida State sucks. But congratulations to Georgia. I got my boys fighting upstairs. If y'all hear something that sounds like the Third Reich is rising up again, it's probably upstairs my kids fighting with each other. And some of you, if you're offended by that, God, you're too sensitive. It's a darn joke. 42 people's in here, only 9 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit them thumbs up. I'm about to close down. And after this, I'm telling you right now, after I get this uploaded to the tube that is you, I am going to turn around and I'm going to talk about the Clemson LSU game. Yes, the Clemson LSU game. We're going to dive into some of the numbers, and I'm going to have fun with those numbers. Well, I'm Bobby Dirkens. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notification. Tell your mama. Tell your grandma. Tell the person who came and cleaned the doo-doo balls out of the plumbing in your house. Tell that waitress that you flirt with, but you tell your wife that you're not. You're just being friendly. Tell them about Bobby Dirkens, the best thing you ever did. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. Lord knows, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.